You ever scroll past a TikTok of someone walking through a city street with a latte in hand, sad indie music playing, and captions like, "Just me being the main character"?
The world was on fire, no one could see.
Yeah, welcome to main character syndrome. In this video, I want to take a closer look at what main character syndrome really looks like, not just in theory but in action. We're gonna break down a few real examples from TikTok and other social media, and some of these videos might seem harmless at first. Someone walking down the street, filming strangers' reactions, or staging a dramatic moment in public, but when you look a little closer, you start to notice a certain pattern. One where everything is centered around them, where everyone else becomes an extra in their story. Now, this isn't about canceling anyone or shaming creators, it's about looking at how social media promotes a certain kind of mindset, one where being seen is more important than being real. There was one particular creator that caught my attention the most, and that was Bonita, and she's a clear example of main character syndrome, maybe even taken a little too far. Her videos often feel like mini movies where small things become big drama, every outfit is a transformation, and every glance from a stranger is treated like proof that she's special or misunderstood. And one of the most popular videos, the one with the prom dress, shows her walking through a school hallway in a dramatic gown as if she's in the middle of a big movie scene. So now I want to watch the video. And the captions under the video is something along the lines of, "They were all jealous." Like, she paints this interesting picture where her classmates seem to mock her or envy her for her outfit. But here's the reality: if you actually watch the video, no one is laughing. Like, no one is pointing. The people around her seem either indifferent or simply occupied with their own lives. There's no trace of mockery, no visible bullying. So where does this narrative come from? And that's the thing, the story doesn't have to be real. It's not real, it's made up. Bonita isn't just sharing her life, she's creating a drama to make herself look like she's misunderstood main character.
So what? I feel like the main character? Because I am. So what?
And what made this even more awkward is how she tried to defend herself later, acting like everyone agreed with her, but as you can probably guess, they didn't.
At my prom, I felt like the main character because
Everybody turned on this girl because of her prom dress. So this girl posted a video of herself in her prom dress, and when she posted this video, she tried to paint everyone else around her as like a villain. She showed the reactions of everyone around her, which, by the way, it seems like most of them were paying her no mind whatsoever. Like, they were all minding their own business. But in the girl's post, she tried to make it seem like they were laughing at her and talking about her. She also posted other reactions of people when she was walking up, basically trying to paint them as the villain as well. Now, the post went super viral, and I guess the girl thought that people online were going to take her side, but the exact opposite ended up happening. Every single person in the comments is basically against the girl, saying things like she has main character syndrome, and that it seems like she just wants people to be mad when nobody was upset with her for wearing that dress.
at my prom, I felt like the main character because I was. And I don't care what anyone says. You guys don't know how crazy it got. People from my school came to my house.
Like what? Like, I hope I'm not the only one who thinks that the video is a total lie. Like, really? Like, did people really come to your house? Like what?
Don't hate on me just because you don't like yourself. Don't hate on me because I'm pretty. At my prom, everyone was jealous of me because those people talked shit about me like for years.
And this isn't about self-confidence or self-expression, it's self-centered storytelling. And while it might resonate with some people who feel similarly unseen or misunderstood, it also promotes a version of reality that's so distorted for attention. And her content shows how the whole main character thing can turn into just showing off. Instead of bringing people together or making a real connections, it becomes about acting like you're better than anyone else. Like, you're so unique that others just can't handle it. When she said her classmates were jealous, there was no real proof. It just seemed like something she made up to fit the story in her head. And that's the real issue with main character syndrome. It puts ego before empathy. But the thing is, Bonita is far from the only one doing this.
The DJ won't you turn the music up? Hey, one by one, even two by two, everybody in the
There's a whole type of TikTok videos built around this idea. People film themselves walking through streets, malls, or school campuses, usually in slow motion with dramatic music, and add captions like, "Everyone was staring," or "They just couldn't stop looking at me." And let me show you some of the most interesting videos I found. And here you can see the person is just showing themselves walking down the street and zooming in on people's faces to show that they're actually looking at them, that they're admiring them. And I don't get that type of content. Like, I don't know. Like, I honestly don't get how some people assume that random glances mean others are admiring them. Like, you're not a mind reader. You don't really know. And most of the time, someone might just simply glance your way out of habit, not because they're obsessed with you, right? But then after, when that gets filmed, edited, and posted online, it's like a proof of how special you are. It comes off as really, really self-centered, actually. Maybe even a little narcissistic. And in some cases, they zoom in on people's faces, like total strangers caught in the middle of completely unrelated thought, as the proof of your magnetic aura. The narcissism is really hard to ignore. And in many of the clips, their reactions are barely even reactions. Some people might just glance at you out of habit or curiosity, or simply because someone else is holding up a phone or filming, you know? And when the video is made, there's this new narrative created. You know, see, I'm special, I'm worthy of your attention. One example that stands out is a tall TikTok creator. His entire brand is built around people reacting to his height. As you can see in the video, they're zooming into people's faces, literally. And video after video, the same structure plays out. Walk into the crowd, film strangers, overlay the text suggesting everyone is amazed by you. But are they really amazed by you? Or are we just really watching a digital illusion that feeds off insecurity masked as confidence? Because let's be real, if your entire sense of self-worth is based on strangers validating your appearance, your outfit, or presence, that's not confidence then. That's dependency. That's outsourcing your self-esteem to people who didn't even sign up to participate in your storyline. And I still don't understand why they're making these videos. There's a huge problem of consent right here. A lot of these videos, they zoom in people's faces without even asking. Like, these are real people, not background characters in someone else's story. And using them for views or attention just feels off. Like, we're crossing a line here. And now compare that to creators who just film themselves walking through a city or relaxing on a beach. They keep the focus on themselves without dragging other people into it. Their videos still look cool and cinematic, but they don't treat strangers like props. And it's a small difference, but it really matters. One is about just being there, and the other is about putting on a show. But the performance doesn't stop there. Here's another interesting video I found of a woman in a mall. She's just carrying these bags and showing them off to people, I don't know, again, filming other people's reactions. And I was wondering, like, why is that made for? Okay, people are looking maybe at you, again, out of curiosity, just simply out of habit, or they're just, you know, curious about your appearance or whatever, but does that really mean they're obsessed with you, or they want to be like you, or what do you want to show by this video? And it gets so many views. There are about 200,000 likes on the video, and I'm amazed. Like, why do we make that type of content? Again, it's elevating yourself at the expense of other people. Really? I don't know. The only suggestion I have is that she's just trying to show how wealthy she is or how entrenched she is. I have no idea. But this seems to be too much, as for me. Now, I want you to take a look at some of the musical videos I found on TikTok. And these are all the creators who play loud music in public settings to spark reaction. And one creator in particular has built a following by staging what looks like spontaneous shows in malls or lectures.
I couldn't give to you. Oh, friend, why are you so shy?
And here in this moment, he's just like, wow, everyone is joining in. Everyone is, you know, raising their hands up, and they're all like singing Adele's song, and they're so perfect. And watching it, I hope that I'm not the only one who's wondering, how did this guy even manage to get so many people to sing together in the mall? Like, no one can truly know whether it was a setup or not, but if it really was, I still don't get the point of the video. Like, sometimes it's awesome, yeah, it's fun, it's impressive, but often it just feels like a setup. And if it's staged, it's actually okay. I think it's entertainment, it's fine, but if it's real, if someone actually interrupted a lecture or hijacked a mall with a speaker for content, then it starts to feel less like an art, but more of an ego, like less about creating community and helping other people, but more about commanding attention and being like, I'm the only one here, I'm the boss, let's sing together. Like, it's no longer about joy for everyone, it's about domination. Like, look at me, listen to me, pay attention to my moment. And this is the logical conclusion of main character syndrome, when your need to be seen overweighs the needs or rights of everyone else.
So this woman at the airport's going viral because she waits until the line moves all the way forward to move. People confronted her about it and she said, it's the same if I move now or later. Like, I just look at her. She's just standing there and she's like, no, I don't really care what you guys think about me. I'm not gonna have any anxiety about you being mad at me. I'm just gonna stand here and I'm gonna scroll on TikTok, on Instagram, Twitter, whatnot, until it's my time to go to the front. And it's gonna make no difference. It's gonna make no difference. And outside of, if the airport's really, really busy, you need everybody to be in a line. She's kind of cooking.
And I still don't understand why this seems to be so interesting for some people to watch, but I think that the intention behind this content isn't the best. I think that these videos tend to go really viral and people want to simply get more views. But on the other hand, this content also highlights a bigger trend in social media where people are ready for anything and everything in the world for the sake of making themselves the main character, making themselves stand out, you know, for making themselves a hero, for God's sake. For the most part, the comments are pretty positive. The followers support this type of content. They love watching that. Oh, good job. And people start admiring those who pretend to be one way or the other on the camera. But we don't have to forget that it's not the real stuff. The person just figured, let me present myself this way on social media. And the intention doesn't matter. The effects they have on millions of people who watch this type of content and start admiring them. And there's nothing to admire. Oftentimes it's so set up. When this guy played the music in the mall, a lot of people admired this. I saw lots of comments on that. Like, good job, wow, anxiety off, no fear. And a lot of people want that. They like this type of content where a person presents themselves as the main hero, as the protagonist in their own story. But is that really healthy? Is it really healthy to present yourself as this main character? Because to me, it sometimes smells like a main character syndrome rather than just main character in your own story. It turns into this narcissistic behavior where your desires and your needs go first, and sometimes even at the expense of other people. So to wrap things up, I think that main character syndrome might seem pretty harmless to some people, especially if you watch these types of videos. And it's so easy in social media to bump into this content and think like, oh, it's okay, it's harmless, Social media presents it in a really nice and cute way. When this all turns into some performance at the expense of other people, it crosses the line. Romanticizing your life is fine, and I'm actually for it. We all have to feel special sometimes, and there's no big deal. But not everything has to be a show. And not every moment has to be filmed, and not every stranger is secretly obsessed with you. At the end of the day, real life isn't a movie, and that's okay. You don't need dramatic stares from strangers on the street, or slow motion edits, or fake villains to be interesting. Just be real, be yourself, maybe let other people live their own lives without being dragged into your own story. So thank you for watching this video, and remember, we're all the main characters in our own stories. But that doesn't mean that everyone else is a part of your script. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. See you in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave me some comments down below. I'm waiting for all of your comments. What do you think about the video? I can make a second part about this. So stay tuned. And for now, see you next time. Bye.